guys, thank you so much for your patience. Welcome back to the Halo Master Chief Collection Launch Invitational presented by ESL. I'm Golden Boy, joined by Bravo, of course, and I just wanted to make mention real quick. So these Master Chief heads were white before. So the cool thing is they actually have these Master Chief heads that you can color, right? And these two helmets here were actually colored by two young fans in the audience, right? These kids wanted to highlight their work, and I was like, make it happen.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Of course, Halo is I guess a franchise that anyone, old and young, can love. You can see right there, actually, a guy just coloring it through, and I actually got to do it myself. So
there's a Dustin chant, and he doesn't know he's on camera.
Dustin has no idea what's going on. But yes, guys, it has been a great matchup here thus far between TcM Gaming and Str8 Rippin. Str8 Rippin going down in that lockdown Team Slayer matchup. But it was not without some pushback from them. TcM nearly gave that one away, and it had to do to some superior play out of Str8 Rippin to stay alive as a unit, which was really cool. But now you're going into King of the Hill on Warlord, and this, I have to say, Str8 Rippin, I got to tip my hat to them. I feel like they're poised to take this.
Yeah, and I think one of the reasons is they know they played well in that Team Slayer, right? At the end, they rallied back, so despite losing the match, they have to feel confident about, getting all those kills at the end, holding down Sniper Tower, despite the fact that someone had rushed with a shotgun and with a sword. Really nice job from them to stay in the match. So I think, despite losing Game 2, I think they have to be feeling good going into Game 3.
Yeah, it's actually quite surprising, right? When you say that, a guy ran with a shotgun, couldn't get a kill. Guy ran with a sword, couldn't get a kill. It really just came down to a smart flank from Chalky that resulted in the victory there. But my goodness, was it not within the skin of their teeth? TcM nearly gave that one up. So King of the Hill on Warlord. We've seen this, 2 times already between the Agency Optic matchup and then with SDK VWS Gaming. Both times it seemed, VWS actually was on the prowl. It seemed like they were going to be able to make a comeback happen, but then SDK they were just too steady. Like nothing was going to stop them, right? It looked like it, but really all hope was lost because SDK just continued to have control. And then in the Agency Optic Halo matchup, Optic came out real strong in the beginning there, really shining, and like you thought, oh man, they got this. They have this one in the refs. But then the Agency just came back, and from that point, they never were able to come back into it. How do you feel about this matchup here between these two teams? I'm on the side of Str8 Rippin, just because of the way that TcM's played Warlord. What about you, Bravo?
Yeah, I think Str8 is definitely going to be the team that takes it. I think what they're able to do is deliver a little bit more speed and teamwork in tandem, which is what you need to have on Warlock. And I'm expecting to see big things from them. Also, especially, I loved what T-Squared was able to do, and by the way, we're loading into the match in just a moment, but I loved what T-Squared was able to do. Let's actually kick it off with him. We'll see what's going on. He was able to lock down the map control for that 5th and final flag so well, and now kicking things off with T-Squared right here. And now you're watching Game 3 of TcM versus Str8 Rippin. This is King of the Hill on Warlord. The winner will advance in the winner's bracket to play against STK, and the loser will drop to the loser's bracket. Thank you so much for joining us, both in the room and on Twitch. Right now, we're checking out Game 3 and the final match of Winner's Bracket Round 1.
Yep, that's right. So looking here over at A, there's a lot of pressure coming around the side now. You have TcM just looking to get control of that right away, which is good for them considering that, I was a little, kind of like shaken by them. I thought I'd see a lot more, aggressiveness out the break, and I'm glad to see that here in game number 3.
Yep, and what you want to see right now is mainly map control, right? That is an early indicator of which team is going to be set up for success on this map. If teams are getting these early leads, but they're kind of repeatedly dying over and over again on the spawn cycle, that's not a good thing to see. You want to see the team that's in it for the marathon, right? This is a 15-minute game type potentially. You want to know which team is really in it to win it and not just to grab this scrap time.
Yep, and a double kill there for Ryan, who was lining up Chalky, but he had to back away because he only had about, a slither of health there. And now, or a slither of shields. Now he's actually going to push right back into top mid. Teammates there for a lot of control, and they have this, but it's going to be making its way over to B now, and this is the time where Str8 is going to be able to come back into this. And I mean, I tell you, man, their positioning has just been superb.
Look at Ryan, who just owning and controlling top middle, right?
Camo.
Challenging those battles, now moves over to the hill. And the camo is especially important, Alex, in this hill because on the plat, it's the largest actual hill in terms of surface area on the map. So you can be in any area, and the enemy team is not going to know exactly where to engage you, right? So nice job here racking up team. Now they've gained the lead.
Yep, that's right. Str8 Rippin able to come back into this. Back over to Roy here, who is looking around, and he's just been playing so consistent throughout this whole series. Roy had the game in his hands there in that lockdown Team Slayer matchup, and honestly, he could have potentially have clutched it if TcM had exposed themselves enough. Because that sniper rifle on Roy, you always got to give him credit where credit is due. But Ramirez right in front of Roy, as Ramirez gets cleaned up easily by Roy. And 39-24 right now as the red team's currently in the lead.
Yeah, right now a nice job here as Str8 Rippin has totally turned this match around in the 3rd minute rather than what we saw earlier in the game. We'll go ahead. We haven't seen too much from Str8 and Str8 right now in the hill. We'll switch over to him upon that death.
Wow. Roy actually had he got meleeed first, was able to hit him with the 2nd melee, and then jump back and got the kill. Str8 though had to abandon the hills. He was getting fired from all different directions. And now taking a look here at Roy, who is just across from them. He's getting pressured, though. He has to be careful on that one. Off the respawn, Str8 on the move yet again, as it will be going over to D in about 5 seconds here. Getting that scrap time is TcM as they're trying to stay competitive here. Yeah, nice shots there from Str8. Well done to maintain this control. And now punishing Ramirez for going top middle. Looks like Ramirez might be able to stay alive, but he is certainly pinned down. He will eventually get taken down as well. Str8 also challenging Chalky. A one-man wrecking crew right here as he pushes in, gets another assist. Really nice job there as his team chimes in for that last kill. Yeah, and as Str8 is going to get taken out, we are going to see what's up with Foxy, who is lingering over by D. He will find one, but the 2nd player, Roy, again, Roy has just been on a tear this entire matchup. It seems like every time players, being taken out, Roy is somehow involved. He's just been laying down shots on everyone, but 54-52 right now as we switch over to Chalky from TcM. Yeah, TcM right back in this match. Now they're only down by 2 points, and we have Chalky right now sitting back on the hill. We'll see if he can maintain control here. Yeah, been looking to see here. Seems like it may have switched for me, but needless to say, that really isn't going to matter all that much because Str8 will be looking around. And now it looks like, and we need to get that graphic swap. Looks like Str8 is on the screen for good, but this is actually looking right now at Chalky right now of TcM. Yeah. So we'll get that swap for you. But right now, Chalky of TcM with a nice job here, 68-54. I was just saying moments ago, right? Str8 Rippin with control of the match as Chalky's finally taken down. But TcM doing quite well to get themselves not only back in this match, but with the lead once again. Yeah, really sorry about that, guys. Hopefully we can get that addressed in a little bit, but it seems like we have a reverse. So we'll keep you guys up to breast on who is who and what they're doing. So over to Str8 now as the graphics seem to be okay for these guys. So Str8 and the crew pushing forward. E has about 21 seconds left on a 76-64 right now. Str8 is going to get taken out by a bunch of grenades. Yeah, he finally gets taken out. We'll stay on board with him. Let's see if Str8 Rippin can rally back. It'd be pretty wild, Golden Boy, if TcM was able to get back in, if TcM was able to win this series. I think Str8 Rippin would be pretty surprised themselves, right? Yeah, that's right. I mean, and again, I think the community will also be very surprised too, because a lot of people had Str8 Rippin going through TcM, and honestly, I don't see why they would do that, because TcM is a team that has all the capability in the world, a very, very talented squad. So, again, they've had some mishaps here, like that lockdown Team Slayer, not really able to close it out, as well as they would have liked, and of course that Warloard CTF game, but still TcM keeping this matchup, and also being in the lead, keeping the matchup close to Str8 Rippin, and continuing to push forward. Yeah, after this battle, we'll go ahead and see if they're able to close this out now. 86-78, pretty much of the same here from TcM as Str8 Rippin now trying to climb back, bring this match. Now they're only down by 6 points, so right now essentially a tie game. Look at this movement here out of Str8 as well, just navigating around the pillars, real intelligent plays out of him, and they will come back into this 2 points, 3 points, and continues to attack now because you earn a point for every single second. 94-86. Str8 Rippin looking good here. That's right, they have rallied back. A nice job there. TcM wants to not let them go up too much with the lead here, as that would cause them to drop to a loser bracket, of course, should they lose that match. But right now, Str8 quick jumping up the top middle, might pull out the shotgun, does, and lands that on Chalky. A nice job there, as they still have this 10-point lead. And at this point, it's an unfortunate spawn there with a player at green. And at this point right now, Golden Boy, both teams still trying to feel each other out, because we're at a point where either team could run away with the lead. Neither team wants to be the one to make the mistake. That's very true. And that's kind of just been, since that lockdown Team Slayer game, it really just kind of fell down to who's going to make the mistake, right? And, Str8 Rippin, they definitely, wait a minute, I just want to point this out, by the way. Str8 got that camo and was just burned right away. So again, just really astute out of TcM to make sure that they stop that by all means whatsoever, because the camo's been playing a big factor here.
Yeah, it certainly has now. 106 to 90. We'll go ahead and see stick on board with Str8 if he can pick up one more kill here, trying to clear the player out of that flag with Roy next to him, so he does have some help. Going to try to push into the C flag. They have a little bit of a lead, but not one that's comfortable enough, you know, that they can start to just go for map control alone. They still do need to rack up time.
Yeah, that's very true there, and Str8 will get picked. Roy, he's cycling through his teammates too, which is very intelligent. You always want to make sure that players are doing that now. Just want to, you know, alert everyone. The graphics for these players are still, you know, kind of miffed, but we'll just switch over to Ryan Noob here from Str8 Rippin, as he's going to, taking a lot of fire there from TwoFoxy, and he will get taken out. Off the respawn, we'll go ahead and stick with him.
Yeah, now Ryan Noob going to try to make some damage here off of this respawn. We'll see right now with off the respawn, 106 to 97, just over 7 minutes left in the match. So still essentially a tie game. As I was saying, Golden Boy, these two teams really just feeling one another out at this point. Neither team wants to be the one to let the other team go up and lead. And as we said, on a tight map like Warlock Flag, that can certainly happen very easily. And I'm worried for either team. You know, if they do get called off the spawn, that could be the end of them. Now it's 106 to 101. This is one of the closest King of the Hill matches I've seen.
This has been absolutely intense here on both sides. I mean, TcM not giving any quarter whatsoever. Str8 Rippin doing an absolute job, a great job of just making sure that they're competitive in this match. TcM was looking good at the beginning, and again, just Str8 Rippin, that resiliency out of this team. But now looking here to see Ramirez as he's gonna, the double kill from Ryan Noob. Ramirez got caught in the corner, and that is gonna result in more time here for Str8 Rippin. Ryan Noob gets control of the hill.
Yeah, nice job here. Now they increased their lead by about 23, now 128 to 104. Just milking this hill time, doing a really nice job. You see these players kind of hanging around and watching each sight line and each choke point that they have to worry about. And the time is just racking up, Golden Boy.
Yep, so Ryan Noob looking around as he's continuing to get more and more time in this hill. 2 seconds left. E is coming up in a little bit, which is directly across from him. And Ryan Noob looking to get that position here through this teleport. There's going to be two players. He had to back out of that one, but never mind. A member of TcM was there right away for the stop.
Yeah, nice job there by Ryan Noob. We'll go ahead and switch over to Roy. We'll see as he's pushing on the hill. Going to try to clean up this kill. Now 147 to 107. So Str8 has extended their lead by 40, but it looks like two members are dead. Yeah, we'll switch back over to T-Squared, who's just off the respawn. His team with a decent lead here, and he wants to extend that to send them further into the winner's bracket. Nice shots on TwoFoxy, but TwoFoxy answers back and takes him out.
Able to stay alive, man. When you're able to stay alive on the objective like that, that's just quality play there. TwoFoxy, you know, getting those points, and again, just keeping this one very close. Granted, they've managed to hold a good chunk of time in E, and that is something that Str8 Rippin really shouldn't have let happen, but a solid shot out of T-Squared.
You said it, Golden Boy. I mean, T-Squared's been practicing online every single day, streaming on Twitch, and he has had a solid shot all weekend long. We'll see if he can bring this through the rest of the match and also the rest of the winner's bracket.
That's very true there, Bravo. So Str8 Rippin and T-Squared continuing their moves here. Oh, wait, T-Squared popping up behind two of the members of TcM, finding another one as well. It's going to be Ryan. He's going to get the double kill. Great play out of T-Squared, though, as he will push toward A, and the control goes right back to them, and this is what you want to see out of the veteran.
Yeah, got to say, you know, TcM put a little bit of time on the map, but when you have T-Squared playing like that, playing so well, laying down those shots, it's going to be difficult for them to get back in this match. If we want to switch over to Roy, we'll see what he's up to right now. As he's about to get taken out, we'll go back to T-Squared.
Yeah, Roy kind of got caught in a rock and a hard place there. And now T-Squared continuing forward, finding a player below. Grenade kill as he takes out Chalky. And that's going to be 169 to 129 as TcM is trying to just get this garbage time in the hill and stay competitive in this matchup. 4 minutes and 3 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, Hill's about to move to B right now, so we'll see if T-Squared's going to try to make his way over to the red base. Instead, tries to take a sneaky route, stays alive. That's important at this point. His team is up by 40. They still need to lock this map down. We have 4 minutes left, still anyone's game.
Yep, that's right. So Str8 Rippin looking around, or I should say T-Squared looking around. You know, as soon as TcM gets on that hill, the angles that he has there is just great plays for him and his teammates. You know, it's kind of, you know, it's redeeming of T-Squared, you know, a guy who's kind of, he hasn't competed in a little while, and he just hasn't dropped a beat.
I mean, not whatsoever, Golden Boy. His shot is so consistent in this game, and he's a huge reason as to why they're leading in this game 3 now, 176 to 134. I mean, constantly when we look at T-Squared on Warlock, what you need to do on this map is lay down shots, and that's what he's doing. He's laying down the shots, whether there's players in front of him, behind him, or across the map. He's putting down the fire that sets his team up for success.
Yeah, and really the thing about Halo, and one of the reasons why I always love it, is, you know, a good player is one that's active in pretty much every area, just throwing down shots, even if they know they're not going to get the kill, right? Because when you throw down shots and you manage to like drain their shields just a little bit, you know, like maybe not even like past the halfway point, but that kind of stuff, you know, makes that player who got shot a couple times think or second guess their pushes, right?
Certainly.
Like, I mean, oh, should I challenge this because you know, I don't have any shields. Like, look at Chalky there, right? He took a couple shots. He's probably going to play a lot slower because he's going to wait for his shields to recharge.
Yeah, and finally T-Squared is taken out. We'll switch over to Roy and then finally see what he's up to if you want to right now. Gets this kill right now, trying to challenge Chalky, but 2 players pushing in. 1 more player on the plat. Riot's finally takes him out. Ryan Noob, though, has the camo on the flag. We'll see if he can maintain control for his team right now. All he needs to do is keep TcM out of the base. They've got about a 50-point lead. Excellent shots on Riot. Perfect. Look at that. Ryan Noob maintaining shield and stays alive in the vent still. A nice work from them, but that nade might be the end. But no, Ryan Noob making some acrobatic plays here, stays alive and continues to rack up time for his team, and then assists on the Chalky kill. Amazing stuff from Str8 Rippin here.
Yeah, when you're in the objective and you're also throwing down, you know, some shots too, and that also speaks volumes, and that's where Str8 Rippin is definitely thriving. Everyone's putting down shots where they need to and communicating. You can definitely tell that they're all, you know, moving where they need to. So I want to give some love to TcM because we haven't been able to because the graphics here. But guys, this is Chalky that you're currently taking a look at right now. Chalky actually finding T-Squared in the corner. That's going to be an assist though, as seems like they're going to continue to push up. Str8 right in front, but no, Chalky couldn't quite do anything.
Gets pinched once again. That's all 4 members of TcM down. 2 Foxy is off the respawn though. We'll see if he can push out with his team.
Yep, so Str8 here hanging out in the D hill. Shots come from behind as his teammate T-Squared will be there for any kind of connection, any kind of stop. Now, while Chalky did manage to find Str8, look at that. Another player just makes their way right into the objective. And again, just some brilliant plays out of them.
Yeah, right now 219 to 144. Str8 Rippin continues to extend their lead. A little bit of a portal battle here. We'll see how this ends. Ryan Noob holding down the portal, but now he's going to push towards the hill. Looks like a player was above him in the green flag, though. Going to try to stay alive here. He has a plasma rifle, which is going to drain the enemy's shields pretty quick because it picks up that assist so quick in Halo 2. Some players refer to this as the pro combo. You have the noob combo with the plasma pistol, and right here with the plasma rifle, you can drain an enemy's shields. And if another player on your team is shooting with the BR, they will go down pretty quick.
Yeah, you know, the plasma rifle, too, I mean, it was always a weapon that's come in quite handy, even like back in the CE days, because, you know, it always drained shields, like, really quick.
Right.
So now Ryan Noob here, we'll stick with him off the respawn. And with only a couple seconds left on the clock, I mean, at this point in time, it is safe to say that Str8 Rippin will be moving on to the next round to face off against STK. This is going to be one heck of a matchup. We have Ogre 2 facing off against T-Squared. I mean, it pretty much writes itself at that point.
That's right. We could not ask for a better winner's bracket round 2 matchup. It's going to be Str8 Rippin going up against STK as Str8 Rippin begins to celebrate in their booth. They're now moving on, and TcM will drop to the loser's bracket, but we can't count them out just yet.
That's right. And you got to give credit also to Coach Walshy. You know,
that's right.
I mean, bringing that experience to mind, and it's definitely showing here, man. I can only imagine that Walsh is, you know, throwing down some little nuggets of knowledge. You know,
I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
If there's one man who knows a lot about Halo, it's Dave Walsh. Right now, coaching the Str8 Rippin squad. The first time, you know, of course, he's ever worn a Str8 Rippin logo, but you can bet that he's in it to win it with friends and ex-teammates as well. So, of course, Roy and also T-Squared example of players that he hasn't teamed with just yet, but looking to have success there. Looking at the kills across the board, 39 and 22 from Roy, going absolutely huge. As probably the best performance of that match. And it looks like on the other side, we do have a few players going positive on TcM, most notably 2 Foxy going positive 1, 29 and 28, but it wasn't enough as Str8 Rippin had a complete dominance that game.
Yeah, Str8 Rippin, you know, came out the gate strong. I mean, we thought TcM was going to be able to rally a comeback. It was close, right, at one point. Right. You know, I think it was like 101 or 102. And then at that point, Str8 Rippin just, they just started to run away with it. You could definitely tell that positioning, the control that they had, it was just very well done. Yep. And, they move on to the next round. They're going to face off against STK. But coming up next, we have the Agency facing off against Believe the Hype for our 5th match of the day. And then for our last match of the evening, it will be Str8 Rippin going up against STK. Guys, this is going to be absolutely insane. We have a new rotation of maps. We have King of the Hill to kick things off on Lockdown, followed by Shrine, Team Slayer, and then Bomb on Warlord. So, and that's the first time we're going to be seeing Bomb, played.
It's the first time we're going to see Shrine being played at this tournament, as well as the first time we're going to see Neutral Bomb in Halo 2 Anniversary. So excited to kick both those off. It's going to be a very different series, and of course, the level of competition is even higher now in a winner's bracket round 2. And I don't think we could ask for much better matchups, and then we'll have to also see, of course, the second story happening behind the scenes right now is Optic Gaming's route through the losers bracket. That's very true. We'll make sure that we get updates and keep you guys updated back at home. But guys, don't go anywhere. It is now time for our 5th match of the evening. The Agency up against Believe the Hype. Don't go anywhere as we have an interview on the side. Of course, Clutch, the great one, alongside, who is that? T-Squared. What's going on, Clutch?
Thank you, gentlemen. Golden Boy and Bravo doing an excellent job so far at this tournament. I'm joined by one of my longtime friends. We've been doing this for quite some time. What's it feel like to be back in that player pod and to be playing with those guys in that lineup, to have Walshy standing behind you? What is that experience like for you?
Man, it's intense because it's been a long time coming. I think it's been about 2 or 3 years since there's been a major Team Halo event, so it just feels great to have that unity, that brotherhood with the squad, and we're feeling great. We're going for the #1 spot.
Some family members are out there that were representing Str8 Rippin, which is really cool to see. A lot of parents, some uncles out there as well. What type of support have you had throughout your entire career, T-Squared, and how has that made a difference?
For sure. My parents have been extremely supportive. My mom and my dad, I wouldn't be able to do it if I wasn't for them. A lot of people, a lot of parents will never, let their kids sit there and play video games all day, and that's what she did, and I'm very grateful for that opportunity. I was telling in the soundproof booth they had some food going on, and I'm like, man, I can't focus when there's food going on because it reminds me of back home when she's cooking, and I can't focus because the food's so good. I just can't stop thinking about it. I was like, I got to smell their blood, man. I can't smell food.
That's kind of creepy. All right, man, enough of the sugar and rainbows. Let's talk about what went wrong in Map 2 and how this is a constant pattern for a lot of these teams, even the veteran teams. They're doing very well in the objective maps, but when it comes to Slayer, they're having some trouble. What's going on?
Yeah, we wanted to make it interesting. No, I'm just kidding. They're a really great team, and they had a really good setup. It was tough to break. Slayers can go either way, and Lockout Slayer is not our strongest game type. I'm not afraid to admit that, but we had a really strong showing at the end, and we almost had a comeback, and I think that kind of led into the momentum for the next game.
What was the anxiety like, though, in map number 2 when you had that just back and forth gameplay? And we talked about this beforehand, not underestimating any of these teams here. TcM, the #1 team when it comes to European Halo, they cannot be underestimated. So what did you do to change it to game 3, and what was the most impressive thing you found from TcM?
I thought that their overall teamwork was really great, their strategies were great, and this is a little tip to everybody, if you're at a tournament or just in general, if you lose a game, you got to drop it, and you got to just move on and focus on the next game and start talking strategy for the next game instead of being like, oh, we could have done this differently, we could have done that differently, and that's what we did. We just dropped that game, put it behind us, and then won the next game.
Final question for you, T-Squared. We've got to let you go because you have one more match to play tonight against STK. I saw you in the back practicing with your team for a little bit of time, but the amount of time I saw was very, very intense. Is that like riding a bicycle? Is it ingrained in you how to play this game?
For sure. I mean, this is Halo 2 right here, and the anniversary edition feels great. Everyone should definitely pick it up. It's great, man. It's just so much fun, and it's great to see everyone else competing and playing well. So I'm looking forward to the match against STK.
All right, well, best of luck in that matchup. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to be taking a look at the Halo Championship Series. I'm going to be asking some questions to Bravo. You don't want to miss it. Stay tuned.